Catch Health, Home, and Lifestyle every Tuesday following KUM News Prime Time. We've got you covered with health and lifestyle news each Tuesday on the stations of KUM and our digital streaming platforms. Health, Home, and Lifestyle is brought to you by The Medical City, your trusted partner in health.
House to Home, presented by RE/MAX Diamond Realty.
All right, everybody, Tuesday and House to Home, Liz, Jason, and Gina. Oh, I'm sorry. That's May Campus, the wonderful May
Hi.
Campus. Hello, May.
That's
Long time.
right.
Very good to see you.
Thank you. Likewise.
And you know, May is one of our wonderful real estate agents here on Guam, a true professional, someone who really, really cares about servicing the customer, and someone who also really cares about our wonderful island community. And so May is here because we are talking about what is now become an island institution, a tradition around this time of year, the Zombie Run. So it is back from the Children's Ark.
Yes, thank you. Here's our flyer. We'll make sure we get that to you, Jason. So
I've been
we are
showing it
back.
on the news. I love
Yes,
Zombie Run.
yes. October 19, it's a few weeks away. And this year it's going to be at Leo Palace. So we're super excited about that. We are still definitely working with the Guam Running Club in terms of the race. It is October 19, Saturday, 2K, 5K. We are opening up at 3 p.m. Our festivities will start at 3 p.m. this year, and the race will start at 5 p.m. This year, we will continue to have the pit rock climbing and some of their train rides. And also, I'm super thrilled to announce that we actually have also collaborated with Breaking Wave Theater Company. They're also an amazing local nonprofit, and they're going to be running our haunted house for us this year. So you can just imagine.
And those are budding actors, so you know they're gonna bring it.
Yes, we are so stoked about it.
I love Joyce. She's awesome.
Oh, yes, yes. So those tickets are going to be $5, so very affordable. Bring the entire family, and those will run about 3 to 9 p.m. on the same day, October 19. You can register for the 5K, 2K. You can find us on our website, the Children's Ark Inc.com, and the registration is on there. It's $15 a race bib, or you can buy 5 for your family and get 1 free.
Okay, and I was there last year, and I mean, you turn in any direction. There's always a cajillion things to do. There was popcorn for the kids. Everybody was dressing up in Halloween costumes. There was zombie and ghoul face painting.
Yes.
There was the haunted, which I was too chicken to go in. I should have actually dressed up like a chicken because I didn't want to try out the haunted house. But it was really fun. And everybody, boys and girls, if you're watching this right now, make sure to tell your parents October 19th. But if you are a returnee to the Zombie Run, make sure you tell everybody this is at least your second time going. But make sure you tell mom and dad this year it's at Leo Palace, not UOG, because that was last year.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so do we have to register? I mean, obviously for the 2K and the 5K if you're going to run and everything, but if you just want to show up and have a good time and
yes. So if you are running, please do register. But if you want to just show up, you're more than welcome to come. And then again, you can go to the haunted house as well as do the rock climbing and the train rides.
Very cool. Okay, now this is a wonderful opportunity, not only to get out and have some fun, make some new friends, as I was saying, but also if you are someone who believes in community service as we do, at the Children's Ark, and like Liz and Gina and their husbands and you guys all as a family down there at RE/MAX started this. What if people just want to volunteer and they want to say, hey, I'd like to make sure that this event runs smoothly. Can I actually lend, sweat equity?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much for bringing that up. So we are actually 100% volunteer run nonprofit, and we are so gracious with all the volunteers that we've had in the past. And during the Zombie Run, we actually get a lot of high school students from the different schools. Right now, actually, Dodea has just committed 15 students from a club out there, and they're going to be helping us out being zombies along the course. So
Nice.
If anyone is interested, they can contact me, Madeline, 486-7470. The more, the merrier. And it really makes the event something else in a completely different level. So we're super excited.
Now, of course, we know that you guys at the Children's Ark, you guys have community service initiatives, throughout the calendar year, but this one holds a very special place in your heart because this was one of the first ones. It's something to do with
Yes.
like sports. It's something that involves a lot of
Yes.
little kids. The parents really get into it. What makes it so fun?
Year three. Well, I think you said everything, really the inception of this was to have a family fun event put together, and of course at the same time, our mission to give back to the community. So this is our third annual zombie run, and we have been in inception for a little over 2 years, and to date we've actually donated a little over $50,000 back to the community, mostly through the medical grants program that we have in place.
All right. Okay. Now, before I let you go, because we were talking about kids, and I know May, you've got a couple little ones that are waiting for you to pick them up.
Three,
Three.
yes.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna let you do that because that's job number one, right? But
Oh,
what
thank you.
what was the best costume last year? Because I saw a bunch of people dress up like Godzilla,
Oh, yeah,
Spider-Man.
I
There's always
mean, the zombies are really great. And shout out to the GCC cosmetology class. They're going to be helping us out this year again. So, of course, the zombies are, really scary and spooky. But I think the inflatables always crack me up. The inflatable costumes. There was a unicorn one. She's actually from our office. And yeah, just the way they end up running in that inflatable huge costume is hilarious.
oh,
And again, thanks for bringing that up, Jason. We are having a costume contest. So for the cutest, the scariest, and then the best group or family costume, we will be awarding prizes to those three categories.
very cool. Okay, so this isn't the first time we're talking about Zombie Run. So May, we'd love to have you back on the show after you pick
Thank
up the kids.
you. Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks so
drive safe.
much.
Okay, I got Liz all to myself right now. We're gonna talk
Okay.
about some stuff with the market.
All right. Thank
Okay, thanks,
you.
May. Always good to see you. All right, that's May Campus, everybody, with the Children's Arc, and now Liz is here. Liz is still here. Liz, you are all smiles during that segment and everything because I mean this
Yeah,
truly.
I just want to put a plug that the Children's Arc was formed to help our community, and it's children that are in need of medical assistance but need financial assistance in that process. So we have over the past couple years have funded, I think our zombie runs, we funded 6 families, and then when we did our Guamopoli in March of this past year, earlier this year, we also funded another 6 families. And as May put it, we've given over 50,000, which I think, and the objective, we wanted to have a bigger impact on the people that are in need to help them with their medical processes. And I think rather than giving small amounts, of course, we'd rather give a bigger chunk per family, but it's all subject to the donations that we receive and the proceeds that come from the events that we put out there. So there are 2 major events, but that doesn't prohibit people from donating and volunteering during the year. And we do not have any paid employees. Everyone is a volunteer, and the monies that go towards expenses and to the benefactors. And so we don't keep any of that monies. It goes out via expenses and then to the people in need.
Oh,
But
bless you for doing that. You guys are wonderful
yeah, I'm
people.
so proud that we impacted families with bigger amounts. There are people out there who go GoFundMe, but there are people out there who don't have the wherewithal. And this is one mechanism to make a difference in our community.
Absolutely. And you're also making a lot of people out there happy by just giving people the chance to get out and enjoy the island life. So
Yes, that's right. That's
okay,
right.
well, segueing if I can, one other aspect of island life is the ever-changing market. Or has it changed that much in the last like 3 or 4 weeks that we've been talking about this?
In August, of course, the National Association was in the process. They haven't, I think they're finalizing the settlement, but the objective with that was disclosure and, of course, making sure there's a distinction between a buyer's agent and a seller's agent. And in the process, we've always received compensation as a listing agent, and we've always co-broked that percentage of whatever we've received. with a fellow agent who brings in a potential buyer. Now, through the system, we no longer can reflect any compensation in our multiple listing service. In the past, it would show the listing agent was getting X amount, and then a percentage of that will go to the buyer's agent. So in MLS, they prohibited that. So it's no longer showing in our multiple listing service. It just reflects the property and the features about the property. So now, as a listing agent, for example, if I list a property, I would tell Mr. Seller, I'm going to list your property, and our office policy is X amount, and this is our commission that you're paying me to represent you as Mr. Seller. Now, the thing I would do is say, okay, this is the price we're getting. This is the commission we're getting for compensation for my services. However, are you okay if I take part of that amount to pay the buyer's broker? We cannot just automatically do that. There is disclosure, and we need their permission to do that. Now, as a buyer's agent, now we have to get a written authorization to represent a buyer. So you can't just go out and show property. It is a requirement by the National Association and the Guam Association of Realtors that even before you even show a video, I can't even take you, hey, Jason, look at my office. You can't do that. You have to get a written authorization that you are representing a particular buyer.
It's like you guys are becoming agents, like, and we've talked about this before, like a sports agent would represent an athlete, or a entertainment athlete would, or an entertainment agent would represent like an actor or a director or a writer.
Everything has to be documented.
That's the way the rest of the agency world works. So I mean, it's, you know, it's no different in that sense.
The interesting part is that we have the documentation that if you're preparing a listing document, and let's say a purchase agreement, has increased in volume in terms of paperwork, because it's all about disclosure, disclosure, disclosure. And even in the documentation, there are 2 documents right now that says, this is what a buyer's agent does. This is what a seller agent does. This is what ABCD. And then there's another document that states, I represent you, Mr. Seller. Sign, is that okay? You sign. And if you're the buyer's agent, then they have to agree, okay, you are representing me with the disclosure document. It's a confirmation. And on top of that, you still have to sign the buyer's broker representation. So it's all about documentation. And I understand it's about the disclosure. However, I've come across some sellers that say, oh, I don't have to pay the regular commission anymore. I could just pay you. And then I would explain, yes. However, compensation, I would recommend that you consider compensation for the buyer's agent, but we need your permission to do so. Because what that does, if I'm working with you as a buyer, I'm going to say, Mr. Buyer, would you be able to compensate me for my services? And if you tell me, I'm sorry, I can't, then I would have to talk to other agents, other brokers to say, hey, I've got a potential buyer. He's unable to pay my side. Is your seller able to pay a compensation to the buyer to accommodate the buyer's broker? Everything is negotiated. Commissions are negotiated. Nothing is set in stone. So it's a matter of discussion and disclosure and clarity as to who's representing whom and how we work the paperwork and how we communicate with each other. So this process allows agents more communication in terms of transactions as they progress. We cannot talk commission. We can talk compensation and how we work that out between buyer's agents and seller's agents.
And somebody out there is going to figure out a way to streamline this and make it mobile, make it electronic and everything. And then it's not even going to be so much of a big deal, I would assume. I mean, it's growing pains, if anything, right?
I think right now it's just there's so many forms and it's just getting accustomed to the proper format to utilize. Luckily, the Guam Association of Realtor had a team of professionals that reviewed the forms, and we utilized a format from the California Association, and then we adjusted it to accommodate the Guam law. Of course, we have to follow Guam law and conform to our laws here. And it's just a matter of acquainting ourselves with the different forms. Right now, there's different classes that we're attending just to make sure we understand the forms, what box needs to be checked, who needs to sign which.
When you're a realtor, class does not end. You still got to take continuing education. You still got to get up on your compliance.
Just think about this. Our purchase document or our listing document, let's say it was like 6 pages, now it's 15 pages. And on top of that, there's additional documents that go with it to make that whole package come together.
Mm-hmm.
And that applies all the way around: listing, selling, even leases.
Okay, I should have asked that. Even leases. Okay.
Yes,
well,
the whole set of documentation that we used to have, it's all revised.
Okay, well, bringing this all full circle, you know what's very, very frictionless and very, very easy to do, and it's very worthwhile for you and your family to make dreams come true? The zombie run. So there's only one way to register if you're going to participate in the 2K or 5K. Otherwise, show up on the 19th of October to Leo Palace. You're going to have a good time.
You got it.
All right. See you next week, Liz. Yeah, there you go.
House to Home, presented by RE/MAX Diamond Realty.